Hey y'all, just wanted to show y'all another gun show find that I found today. Went there looking for a revolver, couldn't find anything for any sort of reasonable price, and everything that was, I guess, on the cheaper side was just completely and utterly trashed. So I got to thinking and I said, well, I work in a tire shop. I can get, now that the supply is drying up, I can get lead wheel weights. And you can shoot a muzzle loader for pretty much the price of your powder and your caps if you cast your own bullets. So I said, well, I'll look for a muzzle loader. Sure enough, I came across this. I was walking out the door, and the guy had $125 on it, and I offered him $100, and he said, take it with you. This is a CVA Deer Slayer in 50 caliber. It's in pretty good shape. It's a newer muzzle loader. It doesn't have a patch box on it. It's actually got a factory recoil pad. Still number 11 ignition. I'm going to get a conversion nipple for that so it'll shoot 209 primers. Just because they're hotter, they're cheaper, and they're easier to find. I don't believe this is the factory rear sight that came on this gun. It's got a left and right adjustment screw, which is sort of odd. And I'm not exactly sure how you adjust the elevation, except it's like the Ruger sights possibly, where you loosen those two screws and go up and down with it. As far as the front sight, I didn't notice this until I got home, but it's really loose. I'm not sure if somebody screwed up the dovetail or what there, but it'll just slide back and forth. So we'll get some silver solder in there. I may actually put a set of globe sights on this. It is 50 caliber, but probably won't be shooting many full power 50 loads in it unless I'm hunting with it, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. It is drilled and tapped for a scope. I'm not sure if this is factory. I know some of them are. And it's actually a carbide 50 cal. I'd say the barrel's length is probably, I don't know, 22, maybe a little bit longer. Not sure if that's factory drilling tapping or not, because there's a bunch of punch marks where like somebody tried to stake that screw. Made in Spain, black powder only, and it is 50 caliber. Looking for a squirrel rifle also, but this one was the only one available today. Another thing you may notice about this is there's no wedge pin in here. The barrel is all one piece. There's no locking lug back here. It screws in here, and then it's actually got a hex head screw, or a Allen screw, I guess you'd say, right there that holds the barrel into the stock. So it's kind of a different design, but it still looks like it'll be a pretty good muzzle loader. I haven't messed with them in a while. Figured it was time to get another one. Trigger guard's a little flimsy, but it's not brass, so there's no telling what type of metal it is. It does have double set triggers on it, and they do adjust nicely. I've been messing with them, and I like mine just to have a very, very hairy trigger. And this is a fairly old nipple, so I don't want to mess it up. But the way you want your triggers on a muzzle loader, I guess the old timer way of setting them is just you barely want to just touch them, and they fire. I mean, it's just, there's no, you pretty much, as soon as you touch your finger to the trigger, the gun goes off. It locks up very well. Like I said, the rear trigger, the actual trigger that sets it, is actually fairly light. I had a Thompson Center one time. It was a bear to pull, but that's about 8 pounds. It's a fairly short creep as well. And I've got other nipples, so I'll go ahead and just, you just barely touch it, and it goes off, which is one of the features of a safety or a set trigger. And I already tried it. You can set it, and you can bang this thing up and probably hit it up against a tree, and it wouldn't go off even with the trigger set. So, but just wanted to show you guys this. I mean, $100 you can't beat it. So you're gonna get a receiver peep sight, just because I'm not too fond of the way the sight picture is now with this little the sight here, it looks like it's sort of hard to adjust. Unsure the twist rate yet. Not sure if it's going to be more of something of a patched round ball gun. Being a deer slayer, I'd say it's probably a 1 in 36 for conicals. Possibly sabots, I'm not sure. These older guns, sometimes they don't shoot sabots all that well. But I figured $100 you can't really beat it. I'm not a big fan of inlines. If you're going to shoot an inline, you might as well just shoot a 30-06. Yeah, it kind of took the fun out of black powder hunting for me, I guess. And these are just more of a challenge, which is, not too much on the scope mounting screws there. I mean, it's a traditional muzzle loader. You aren't really supposed to have a scope on it. Peep sights, yeah, that's fine. You know, I've been using peep sights since the 1700s, but not really a scope. So, alright guys, just wanted to show you guys this. Plastic ramrod, you can tell it's a newer muzzle loader. But this may undergo some changes as well. May do a brass trigger guard on it. And so I gotta get inside of it and see if it's the traditional CVA internals or if they change those around as well. May get a patch box here as well. Alright guys, my CVA 50 caliber deer slayer for $100 at a gun show.